Writing feasibility study, business plan. The feasibility study, business plan is a research focusing on the business idea. It is used to determine whether the proposed business will be feasible or not. The study is also designed to identify potential issues and problems that could arise while pursuing the project. Feasibility studies also help in convincing investors and bankers that investing in a particular project or business is a wise choice. Chapter 1 Introduction. Statement of the problem. This describes the specific issue the research project aims to address. A statement of the problem will seek to determine the feasibility of establishing your business at its locations. It sets questions covering the 4 functional areas of management. Objectives of the study. The objective of the study is to determine the feasibility and viability of the proposed business in terms of the 4 functional areas of business: marketing, technical, financial, and organization and management. Scope and limitations of the study. The scope focuses on the establishment of the proposed business. It covers the various aspects of business, marketing, technical, organization and management, and financial related to the proposed project. The data obtained from the respective responses on the formulated questions included in the survey questionnaires and interviews conducted for the purpose will serve as the limitations of the study. Chapter 2. Marketing aspects. The market study is aimed at determining and analyzing the demand and supply for the product, service in the past and making projections of demand and supply in the future, ascertaining its competitive position in the industry, and designing the marketing program for the product, service. Product description. A product description is the marketing copy that explains what a product is and why it's worth purchasing. It provides all the information and details of your proposed project's products or services. The purpose of a product description is to supply customers with important information about the features and benefits of the product so they're compelled to buy. Logo design and description. Logo design is a visual communication tool to help you get your message across to the audience. Logos are composed of text, color, shape, and illustrations. It serves as a self-explanatory image that people can use to connect with your brand. Target market. The target market is a group of customers with similar needs for a product or service, money to purchase the product or service, and willingness and ability to buy it. Consumers have many qualities that influence their purchasing decisions. By organizing these qualities into a target market, you can select the best strategy to appeal to your ideal customer. Discernible market segmentation. Segmentation is the process of dividing the overall market along the dimensions that best distinguish customers into groupings, both in terms of behavior and profitability. Markets can usually be segmented along 4 generic dimensions: products, customer, geography, and distribution channels. Characteristics of the target market. In our standard of living nowadays, people belonging from Class A and B and some from Class C chose to be practical by buying affordable products and services to satisfy needs and wants. Knowing your customers will help you to target customers who are willing to pay for your product or service. This is a much more effective and affordable way to reach your customers and generate business. Demand analysis and projection. Demand analysis is research done to estimate or determine customer demand for a product or service in a particular market. It includes the population annual rate of the location of your proposed business. Demand and supply in getting the determination of the market equilibrium. Competition. It is knowing your competitors in your proposed business location and then get the number turnover as your projection for your sales. Marketing mix and strategy. The marketing mix strategy. Product, price, place and Promotion. The marketing mix is the set of controllable, tactical marketing tools that a company uses to produce a desired response from its target market. It consists of everything that a company can do to influence demand for its product. Market shares are indicators of how large a company is and the amount of influence it has in its industry. The higher the market share, the more sales a company has than its competitors in their given industry. Formula for market share equals total turnover divided by total number of respondents on the survey results. Sales forecast. A data-driven expression of expected sales revenue from our product or service. A sales forecast estimates how much your company plans to sell within a specific period of time. To arrive the projected sales forecast just based the population of the location daily. Chapter 3, Production Aspects. The production aspects describe the technology used in making the product. It includes product specification, equipment description, raw materials, and the process involved. It also consists of a study of the plant location, layout and other facilities vital to the operation. Product processes. It is a process of turning raw materials and ideas into products and services. It is important to develop efficient and effective production processes because they heavily impact business performance. This includes generating a new idea, researching it, planning it out and eventually creating it. Store equipment. All convenience store fixtures, machinery, furniture, equipment, including, but not limited to, walk-in coolers, store fixtures, counters, shelving, refrigeration equipment, cash registers, safes, fountain dispensing equipment, coffee equipment, ice machines, tables and any other fixtures or equipment necessary for running a convenience store that may be at each of the stores, regardless of whether such items are permanently attached to the real property. Layout and design. Layout is a map of the store's interior that displays the various sections, shelves, or fixtures and the ideal route for customer flow, all about the space available. The design determines which products shoppers see upon entering a store, which departments they visit, and how long they will feel comfortable browsing. Proposed project site. The project site is any parcels of real property, rights of way, easements and access roads upon which the project and its related infrastructure will be located. It captures tasks and assigns them to people in your organization, stores and manages project-related documentation, and tracks project team events on a shared calendar. Operational time. The time interval between the instant of the occurrence of a specified input condition to a system and the moment of completion of an established operation. Business hours are when activities are usually from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. or 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Production cost. Production costs refer to all the direct and indirect expenses businesses face from manufacturing or providing a service. It includes a variety of expenses, such as labor, raw materials, consumable manufacturing supplies, and general overhead. Chapter 4, Organization and Management Aspects. Discuss the form of ownership, capitalization, organizational structure, manpower requirement, human resource management policy, working schedule, and schedule at pre-operating activities. Form of ownership. 1. Sole proprietorship. There is one business owner. This type of business is straightforward and easy to launch, and there may be fewer administrative requirements compared to a partnership or corporation. 2. Partnership. A partnership is a non-incorporated business created between two or more people. It's fairly easy and inexpensive to form this type of business and startup costs are usually split equally between partners. A legal agreement should be drawn up to outline how profits will be shared. 3. Corporation. A corporation is a legal entity separate from its shareholders. This type of business may also be more expensive to set up than others. Capitalization is the sum total of the funds received through shares, bonds, loans, and retained earnings. In other words, the sum total of fixed capital and working capital forms capitalization. Organizational structure. It is a system that outlines how certain activities are directed in order to achieve the goals of an organization. These activities can include rules, roles, and responsibilities. The organizational structure also determines how information flows between levels within the company. Manpower requirement. It is driven by workload and shall be established at the minimum levels necessary to accomplish mission and performance objectives. The workforce is a resources of business. Job title, description, and specialization. A. Job title identifies the vacancy. B. Job description, list of duties and responsibilities. C. Job specification, list of skills, personal, academic and professional requirements of a job. Human resource management. It is the strategic approach to nurturing and supporting employees and ensuring a positive workplace environment. Policies are made by management and services as guides or basic rules to govern all organizational actions. It provides a standard course of action to be done in decision-making. The following are examples of corporate policies for a company. Hiring policy, working policy, wage policy, training program, employee appraisal, personnel expense budget. Working schedule. This dictates the times and days of the week an employee is expected to work. Work schedules consider the number of hours each employee is scheduled for to ensure the business remains adequately staffed while avoiding overworking any individual. Schedule of pre-operating activities. These tasks must be completed before a business can open its doors and start operations. These tasks involve everything from developing the concept for the company and registering it with the appropriate authorities to finding customers and setting up accounting systems using the Gantt chart. Proposed uniform. A uniform refers to specific clothing items that must be worn in the workplace. Uniform clothing is commonly branded with the organization's name or logo, thus designating the person wearing it as an employee of that specific company. Chapter 5. Financial aspects. The financial aspect is establishing project cost, source of financing, projected 5-year financial statement, income statement, statement of changes in equity, cash flow financial ratio, break-even point analysis, present value and payback period. Project cost. It is the total funds needed to complete the project or work that consists of a direct cost and indirect cost. These are any expenditures made or estimated to be made or monetary obligations incurred or estimated to be incurred to complete the project, listed in a project baseline. Project financing. It could be personal funds or a loan structure that relying on the project's cash flow for repayment, with the project's assets, rights, and interests held as secondary collateral. When it comes to funding long-term projects, such as public infrastructure or services, industrial projects, and others through a specific financial structure, the cash flows from the project enable servicing of the debt and repayment of debt and equity. Project financial statement. A report shows a business's financial activities and performance using an income statement, statement of changes in equity, cash flow, financial ratio and statement of cost of service and goods sold. It is also an indicator that the business is gaining profit or losses. Chapter 6. Socioeconomic aspects. It will state the possible contribution of the business to the government, society, customers and environment. Contribution of the proposed project. The proponent of the study should specify what will be the contributions of the proposed project to the government, society, environment, customers.